On this segment, we decided that we do multiple layers in companies. So we do small mom and pop up to big box stores and millions of candles, millions of bottles of lotion, and so on. So we definitely know the whole platform of how the businesses start, where they go, what they're branching to, what they're all trying to get to. So one of the things we decided to do was do a quick overview of scaling your business. Okay. Now, one day you woke up and you decided, I'm going to start a candle company, or I'm going to start a soap company, or I'm going to do a personal care line. At that point, you have to realize where you are on the food chain. Do you have unlimited resources? Do you have 2 or 3 business partners that have come in with large amounts of cash? Are you going to do a first launch and you're going to do 2 semis of candles? Where are you in the actual game? Now, I tell a lot of people that call me and they say, you know, I'd like to get a lot of samples. I'd like to do a lot of R&D. I'm on a shoestring budget. I'm going to start out. At that situation, I really tell people to go to a reseller. Now, a reseller is a person that buys product from me and then sells it off at larger, smaller quantities, okay? So they buy drum quantities, they sell it 1 ounces at a time, 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 16 ounces, and so on. The reason that those guys are important is because they can actually help the smaller guys where I can't. Okay, they can sell a couple cases of containers. They can sell, 100 wicks. They can sell the dye that you need. They can sell you 200 different fragrances. They can sell you 4 ounces of each. That's something that we can't help you out with. Your company has to be at a certain level before we can actually service it. So I tell a lot of people, and a lot of people get offended, you're a startup, you're not sure what wicks work, you're not sure what wax works, you're not sure which containers are going to work best for you, you don't know how to make soaps, you've never bought the bases. You really have to learn your product before you can scale it up to the big boys. I mean, you have to know what's in your base, you have to know, one, where you're going to get it, and how you're going to be able to scale it up. I tell a lot of people, start out, out of your garage, build your product, get your marketing on, get your labels, get your presentation, get everything to the level it needs to be, and then start scaling it up from there. What works is if you can make a quality product and maybe your cost is too high, okay? Because you're only buying 100 pounds of wax, and you're only buying 100 containers at once, and you're only buying a couple packs of wicks, and you're only buying 1 ounce of the fragrance or whatever your situation is. But you have to look at that as a scale, because if you can make that product for $8 now, but you're going to start buying tonnage of wax, and you're going to start buying C containers of glass, and you're going to start buying huge bulk bales of wicks, your pricing is going to come way down. Now, I'm not saying build a product that costs you $20 and you're going to sell it for $20, because you're not going to be in business long. But if you can make a product at a decent price, knowing that once you start scaling your business up and you start buying large volume of everything, your pricing is definitely going to drop 20, 30, maybe even 40%. That's huge, but it has to be a good, solid product. So when we tell people start off, you're instantly trying to jump into the big boys, and you're trying to buy a drum of fragrance, and you're trying to buy bulk of something that you haven't even tested yet. Sometimes you need to step back and do all your legwork. You really need to know your product. So I tell people it's scaling your business. Now, on the marketing side, now is our age of technology. You have a lot of different avenues. So if you have a good product that's working and you're selling it, and your friends, your relatives, all those are starting to branch out, now all of a sudden it's starting to go to their friends and their friends and their friends. Well, now all of a sudden you're going to start maybe the eBay scenario, the Amazon. You might be hitting some craft shows, flea markets, whatever avenue that you're getting to actually move those products. Your next step from there is, once your sales starts to hit a certain number, is to actually start looking at going to these bigger gift shows. That's the Mart downtown Atlanta, you got the Dallas show, you got the New York show. Almost every major city has these shows going on almost year round. But your business has to be in order to be able to go to those shows. One, it's going to cost you a lot of money to go to the shows. One, just for the cost of going to the show, moving your product in and out, your displays, your brochures. There's a lot of things that go into it. But as you scale your business, that's how you're going to get into the bigger guys. You know, Kohl's and Kroger and ShopRite and all these other main brand stores, the Walmarts, the Costco, the BJ's, all of those companies are at the gift shows because they're trying to see what new products that they can bring online. So if your product's good enough and you've done the research and you know that it's long-term sustainable and you know that once you start moving 10,000 candles at a time and 100,000 candles at a time and 1,000,000 candles at a time, that here's your tier for your pricing, when you go to the shows, you can give them that information. Now all of a sudden, instead of you being the mom and pop out of the basement or the garage, now you're competing at the higher level. Same thing with the Amazons of the world. As you start going into those marketplaces and you can start moving, 100 items a week to 1,000 items a week, to all of a sudden you're at Amazon fulfillment and your eBay store is doing great. And every time you do a craft show, you can't keep the stuff on the shelves. That's where you start branching out. SEO, search engine optimization, that's all the stuff that's happening on the web. So that gives people really, whenever they go online with money, I always say that's the best way because they're opening their wallet, they're going online and they're trying to make a purchase. If your website's coming up on all those searches, it'll definitely be worthwhile long-time marketing. So we do a lot of work with the small guys, we do a lot of work with the big guys. But I can tell you what, a lot of the small guys that we've worked with over the years have become big guys. So if you do it right, you focus, you put the time and energy into it, you guys can really compete now in this market. So I tell a lot of people, do your research, control your product, control your pricing, plan for the future, and the best of luck to all of you. If you need any help, you need guidance on what you need to do to the shows, I'm definitely free. Contact me through email, contact me through the company, Josh at afi-usa.com. Or call the main office. Either way is great, 770-334-3906. But we love to mentor a lot of these smaller guys and get them to the next level. Anything that comes up, any issues on R&D, what soy blends to use, what waxes that we're using, all of that information is available. We're open book, so any questions, feel free. That's it, AFI.